Hey folks, welcome into the News 12 Now desk. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday, June the 20th. We have a little bit of breaking news here for you this morning. Wanted to bring it to you here first before we go on TV and tell you more about it. We've got Taylor Martin standing by outside the courthouse in Augusta right now. Former Commissioner Sammie Sias has just been sentenced to 3 years behind bars for destroying federal documents or records in an investigation and then lying to federal investigators about it. So, Taylor, good morning. What do you have for us there from outside the courthouse?
Yeah, well, Sammy really walked in with a look of acceptance on his face for whatever his fate would be walking through that courtroom. And he walked out looking the exact same, just kind of with that look of acceptance, especially when he was sentenced in the courtroom. And beforehand, giving a statement, basically just trying to show his efforts to the court of 20 years in the military, his time being what he calls himself a community advocate for the CSRA, all of which the judge said, Judge Randall Hall said he considered in his sentencing, but seems like his mind was already made up after we see a sentence of 3 years there.
Yeah, and I know you had talked to somebody afterwards. Who were you able to talk to? I know Sammie Sias didn't want to comment on an appeal or anything, but what did people have to say afterwards? You hear me, Taylor? All right, appears we're not having a clean line of communication there with Taylor. Not sure if something went out on our end or their end, but let's see if we can get that pulled back up for you. But basically, like we said, Sammie Sias has been sentenced to 3 years. I don't know if she can hear me. No, doesn't seem like she can. Okay, so we're going to try to get Taylor back here. Just a second. Let me pull this back up and see if we can get this figured out.
Maybe it's my cord.
Let me try a different.
Okay, folks, looks like we got our issue figured out here. I think Taylor can hear us now. So Taylor, you were able to talk to some people afterwards. Who were you able to talk to and what did they have to say?
Well, we talked to former Commissioner Moses Todd, and he really just talked about how this is a testament to the community that no political official is above the law. And that's really what Judge Randall Hall also wanted to get across today, and it looks like it really, it really came through.
Yeah, was there a sense of frustration with Moses Todd, or I know you said he was, explaining that nobody's above the law. Was he disappointed? I mean, this is a former colleague of his, somebody who's a big name in the community, did a lot for the kids. What was the emotion coming out of that courtroom?
Yeah, no frustration. Really, just feeling that it was a fair sentence of 3 years. He did talk about a little bit about pension because Sammie Sias was worried about his wages working just straight off of Social Security and going into prison. But no sense of frustration. Really, just thinking that the court did justice today and giving him that 3 years. And really hoping that it's a testament to other political officials that they're not going to be able to get away with anything like this in the future if that's on their mind.
Yeah, and this is something that has been playing out for a number of years now, at least 2 or 3 years, that we've seen this whole Sammie Sias, since the accusations came out, to go through this entire process. I think he was found guilty last July, and now here we are almost a year later. That he has now been sentenced. So did they say where he's going to serve that time and whether it's going to be right away?
So it's going to be 62 days. I did write down the date, but it's going to be sometime in August, 62 days from today. And he requested to be placed in Edgefield, South Carolina, but Judge Randall Hall did make it clear to him that that request will not necessarily be granted, but it is possible.
Okay, so another thing, we'll just have to continue to wait and see. Did they say when or if or when we'll know about where that sentence is going to be served out?
They didn't say, they didn't mention it, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it.
Absolutely, and we'll continue to update you. You know, this story is nearing its end now that the sentencing is over. The only question really now is, one, will he appeal? And two, where will that sentence be served? And we know, Taylor, he told you, or he said he wasn't commenting on whether he would appeal afterwards, right?
Yeah, no comment. They did say maybe he'll come out with a statement in the later future, but not today.
Okay, so there you go. Taylor Martin live there outside the courthouse for us, just bringing us an update on the sentencing of Sammie Sias. But again, getting 3 years for the former Augusta Commissioner, asked to have it served in Edgefield, but we'll have to wait and see if Judge Randall Hall grants that. Taylor, thank you for joining us there, and we'll see you on the TV side of things here in about 20 minutes. Okay, so there you go, folks. The latest on Sammie Sias, former Augusta Commissioner, sentenced to 3 years in prison for destroying federal documents during an investigation and then lying about it to federal investigators. More than 7,000 documents were said to have been destroyed there. Let me look through the notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything. He'll have to pay a $5,000 fine and then serve 3 years of supervised release under his completion of the prison term. So it looks like a 3 years probation type thing after 3 years behind bars. Okay, let's see. I think that's about the gist of it. But yeah, Taylor gonna have more for us coming up on News 12 at midday. We'll kind of bow out here and let you guys get over to that TV side of things in about 20 minutes. For that to kick off with Zaina and Tim. And then I'll be back tomorrow for some more News 12 Now. But yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of the latest update there on the Sammie Sias saga. So we'll see you back here tomorrow.